Welcome, everyone, to Doing Business with a Servant's Heart. This is your podcast host, Steve Ramona, and I have a very unique guest because he's a young business owner. I know a lot of you out there in your 20s, 30s, I think he's 15, just kidding, 20s and 30s that want to start your own business. Well, my guest took the leap and did it, and you're going to learn how he's serving his clients, his business partners, and everybody he works with and growing his business. Youssef, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Steve. It's a pleasure to invite me here, and thank you.
What scared you about starting your own business at a young age?
Definitely that I've never had a real job. The parents and everything, the whole conversation. Yeah, you have to get a job. Oh, you have to get a stable income. You have to have a guaranteed income. Definitely, the word guaranteed income uh, is not a guarantee anymore in this economy. So like, why don't I guarantee my own income? It's like that's a great idea, and that's what I did. I came out, took the leap, and guaranteed my own income.
I like that phrase, guaranteed income, because you control of it more. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, yes, definitely. For the older generations, a guaranteed income is your salary, is your monthly, is something that is provided by your company. That's a guaranteed income, right? But when you grow up, you roll down your sleeves, you don't have a roof over your head. And literally the limit is the sky. The more you work, the more money you'll make. I know it's not always 1 + 1 = 2, but at some point it pays off. You just have to hang in tight.
How long have you been in business?
We're closing on a year right now.
So a year, that's a good time. So what's some positive things that you've taken from owning your own business?
Definitely coming out of the engineer's hat. So I'm a software engineer. We don't talk to people where we were used to wearing hoodies and staying on front of the computer. Definitely getting that salesperson, that marketer, that people's man, that person with a good vocab. That was definitely a challenge, and I learned from a lot from the beginning. And basically, I'm learning every day how to deal with that and how to get out of that engineer's hat, basically.
Yeah, I can imagine. You're much different than a normal engineer that I know. I know a few of them. I'm in Silicon Valley, so there's a lot of engineers here. So I appreciate that. And that's a big step. I mean, thanks for saying that, because you went from two different areas. Engineers completely different than business owning. It's night and day, correct?
Definitely, definitely. It's on the engineer side, it's 1 + 1 = 2, but the business owner side, it's definitely not.
Yeah. So this is a servant's heart, doing business with a servant's heart. And we talked in the green room before the show about AI. That's what your expertise is and what you do. But all conversations everywhere and social media and in networking groups and stuff. But about AI, how does AI really serve a business or a customer or a client?
Okay, let's think of it like that way. Back in the day, the farmer used to go into his land, pick up an axe, and go run through his field, right? He used to pick up some stuff with his hand. He used to make like what, $10 a day with 24 hours of work. That's a lot of work, right? So imagine we gave him the tractors, we have the automated systems, we had the industrial revolution, and they making thousands of thousands of thousands, and they're sitting in an office. That's AI for white collar people, I would say. That's AI for people who is in their offices. They're still doing a lot of texting. They have to waste time in that proposal every time. And it's not only that, but it's how to automate, how to optimize, how to repurpose and refocus human energy in something that requires our human mind.
Yeah, no, I like that. That's the important thing, that it is coming from the mind. It's AI's producing it, but it's still coming from the head, even though it's the heads of years ago or recently that's on the internet. You mentioned automate, and we had a great conversation about that. We've talked about that. How does our automation really, I know there's a ton out there, ClickFunnels and all that, but you have a unique perspective on this for businesses. How does it really serve a business, automation, when done right?
Definitely, when done right, it's there's a lot of perspectives to automations, right? You can automate using just ClickFunnels and all of those go ready stuff, and there is the customized automation side. How can you actually customize your automations into your business specifically? You have every business have their own unique, their own, process that they would like to have, but because of the shelf stuff, it constraints all the business owners, and we've heard it all over the place. Yeah, you wish I can do that, but I can't because I'm using X. I wish I can do it, but I can't because it's a bigger thing. So with the current technology going into AI automations, even normal automations, it gives the business owner the power to customize their own process and shine. Basically, they're not underneath one box. They are getting out of that box and putting their personality and thoughts into software.
So let's use the flip side, because of people listening, oh, that's great, but they have automation and it's not working for them. What piece of advice can you give them?
Definitely look at your goals. What do I want to do actually with those automations? What is missing? So like, what is the missing piece? Is it missing that people are not catching my lead magnet, or when they go to my lead magnet, do they actually, or what I give them or the email that I send them is enough? Do they even look at the email that I send them because, the PDF or whatever value that I'm giving is not enough? It's really identifying where is the spot. And as the engineer talking here is breaking down it into pieces and trying to find the problem. Once you find the problem, you try to go for the creative solutions or out of the box solutions. Definitely AI plays a big role into that. And with AI, with AI lead magnets and AI automations, it just brings a lot of spotlight into that and gives the business owner the power to get out of the box. Yeah, get out of the box. That's it.
And a failure in automation could really affect the bottom line for a business, right?
Definitely, because as we said, the farmer used to go with their hand, go in with the axe and go the ground, mow the ground. If automation failed, then you'll have to waste precious time. And we value human time here. Your mind can do way more. Why are you wasting your time on those things? It takes 3 hours of your day. You're billing, for example, if you're billing yourself at $200 an hour, and you're wasting every day 3 hours to do the things that an AI can do or an automated process can do. You're costing yourself $600 a day just because you're not automating it,
Yeah,
and the numbers doubled.
it's not a good ROI, Youssef. Not at all. So we talked about before the show, interesting, the thought process, AI is going to take over companies and employees will not be needed anymore, or the labor force will be reduced dramatically. So where are people going to find jobs? What's your perspective? You have a unique perspective on that.
I'll tell you the biggest sector that maybe got hit by AI, which is developers. Developers, when you go into ChatGPT, if you're told to build me a website, it will give you the basic structure of the website. Developers freaked out. Oh my God, what's happening? Is it going to write code all by itself? But no, it's not. If you told it, bring me a plan of a car, it will plan a car for you, how to build a car, but it doesn't actually know how to build a car. It cannot build a car. It optimizes processes. It will never do a human's job. Like, for example, coding perspective, I have a piece of code I used to spend maybe weeks, and all the developers out there hearing, they used to spend weeks debugging stuff. It could go really for weeks. Right now, you can just copy that snippet of code and take a second opinion. And it usually is remotely close to it or close to it, and it really helps optimize the time. So instead of weeks, now we have a day. Is that a win? That's definitely a win. So it's really about optimizing the processes and making sure that our human resources are used efficiently and to the maximum power. If someone is doing data entry and an automation can do it, why not automate it and get that person do something even more creative, making use their mind even more? We don't want people to be doing repetitive stuff. We want people to be creative, because at the end of the day, even mentally, if I'm in a job and I'm doing repetitive stuff, I'm going to get stuck in the routine. People usually don't like it at the end.
You're that's a great way of serving your employees, because you're saying you're maximizing their potential and increasing their growth.
Definitely.
I like that. What scares you about AI?
Definitely the unethical use. And we won't say that AI is the only thing that can be used unethically. The car can be used unethically. Any type of software, any type of thing that humanity ever made can be used unethically. So it's all about rules and guidelines, right? We don't have any rules or guidelines around AI at the moment. All of those copyright infringements, all of those deep fakes, all of those, stuff that AI can do. That what scares me the most about AI. How can it affect people, and how is it under, I would say, yeah, there's no laws really around AI at the moment. So, but that comes to the human at the end of the day. How we should put ethics and we should put all of that into mind while using AI. That's the biggest downside that I see with AI.
I really appreciate your honesty. Not that you wouldn't be, but being very open about that, because this is your business.
Yeah.
And if AI went away, you'd probably lose a big part of your business. And it's not. I'm not saying that, listeners. Don't quote me on that. I'm just saying that's important that there's both sides of it. The other thing I wanted to ask you was, does it really serve a customer, a patient, a client, AI?
Definitely. Let's put out a example that would kind of help. So let's say we have a customer service company, or let's say a manufacturing furniture company. They have live chats or they have FAQs on their website. People come into their website, they send a message, and then the agent replies after 8 minutes. 8 minutes, that's a long time. You already lost a client. I already forgot about it. So how do we actually start to optimize that and automate that? This question, you've answered that question like a million times before. Why isn't it automatically being replied to and being directed to the right consumer or to the right person? There's a statistic out there, and based on the customer service agencies that I talked to, and we're looking at to actually start integrating with that, AI could actually take or handle 80% of the inquiries coming to any business. That's a big number. And the other 20%, we can repurpose them to humans. But imagine the resources that we'll be able to save, and the time and the effort and the efficiency that we can start using and start saving by using AI in the business.
So the customer is going to get information and data faster, is what I'm hearing.
Way faster, way more efficient. And have you ever talked to a customer service agent that still new, doesn't actually know what's going on, and he can't help you?
Let me get
Most
my
probably you did.
supervisor. Yeah.
Yep.
Let me get
Can
my
you get us?
supervisor. Yeah.
Yes. We won't need that with AI because it already knows everything.
Right. And I like that because I don't like to hold music. It's very boring. Yep. I don't know why they do that. So with AI and bringing it to the internet and some of the scary things about it, what's a piece of advice you can give somebody, a business owner or person using AI, to avoid these scary issues that could happen that you mentioned earlier?
And trust me, people are still struggling with it until now. Like even big artists with the biggest money and bank accounts in the world, they're struggling with it. Someone can just deepfake their voice into a song, you know. But just be careful. Where do you put your data? A lot of information from big companies. I think Samsung leaked their chip information on ChatGPT. They had a department that put some information in ChatGPT and asked ChatGPT to help them and make it better. They were just playing around and they leaked the data, and everyone has access to that data. So just be sure that ChatGPT is a research tool. They're using it for research, the free version, and they're using it for research. Not sure about the paid version, but it's open source for everyone. So just be careful of the information that you put on ChatGPT when you're interacting with it.
So yeah, let's do a kind of give a step by step for the listeners interacting with chat, wherever the AI, ChatGPT bar, whatever. What steps do you want people to advice to give them, and what their final result should be when they're using it?
No personal information, no passwords, no anything. Just in case, no one will ask about your password. Most probably, it won't reach to other people, but just no personal information. That's something that's really important. No sensitive information, not your credit card, not any of your passwords. It's not safe. try to be anonymous as much as possible going into ChatGPT. Not anonymous, but talk about a general. When I'd like to say it, I talk when I interact with ChatGPT, I like to talk about it, a general, topic. Go through this, or you are that person, a hypothetical company, and we want you to do that to go there. So that's a good way to maneuver through it.
No, I like that. So don't put in your name and I live in this area, even without the address. It can figure things out and get it hacked and all that. Yeah, that's great tips. Is there any other tips you can give people when they're using the chat AIs?
Maybe that's a small tip, but apparently people have been seeing it useful, and I think it will be really useful also for the listeners. Uh, when you're doing a prompt in ChatGPT, at the end of the prompt, tell ChatGPT to take a deep breath and think step by step. It might have make the responses a little bit better. Just something.
To say exactly that. Take a deep breath, take it step by step, type that exactly out.
Yes, after your prompt. They say it makes the responses better.
That's a great tip. Thank you. I'm going to use that tip as well, because I use AI for the show and different things as well, like everybody's doing. Oh, that's a great tip. Thank you, Youssef. And audience, thank him by reaching out to him. Man, that's so simple. So let's delve to the future. Tell me your perspective, in the audience, your perspective of the future of AI, because that's the big talking point now, is some of the stuff you said so eloquently, but what's the AI look like, regulation and all that? That's a huge problem for people.
Professionally, I would say we will talk to AI phone agents really soon. Definitely, it's in the process right now. It's been out for a while right now. They're testing it right now, so that's coming in the horizon for sure.
So when you say you said phone agents?
Yeah, phone agents. Yeah, AI phone agents.
So describe that, what that looks like.
Hello, hi, my name is Youssef, and then hi, my name is X. I'm your AI phone agent, or no, they won't even say it's an AI phone agent. Someone will be speaking with you, but most probably it will be powered by AI, and they'll have the voice and everything. So
all those call centers.
Yeah, most probably.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's new. Man, I appreciate you. What else do you see or hear?
Definitely the whole revolution of the AI customer service as well, chatbots on websites. That's a huge thing that it's already being adopted by many big companies. Huge big companies are adopting AI customer service agents because, as we mentioned at the beginning, I want to repeat myself, and as well AI automations, like how can we put AI on autopilot? Basically, right now, what AI can do, or what most of the people use AI for, is just ask it a question, go in there and ask it a question. It will give you something, give it a problem, it will help you with it. But definitely, how can AI call the shots? How can they send out an email, take a decision here? Let me put you in touch with that. Let's fix that by doing that. AI will have the power to already. We are working even on it. We're giving AI the power to call the shots, to give actionable items, actionable actions in a business.
You have any sneak peek of what your company's doing with AI that you haven't launched yet?
Definitely streamlined lead magnets. So basically, it qualifies a client for a business owner. It learns some information about them, and it's able to give them a customized response as value, and triggers an email to the client, and also decides if that would be a good prospect for the business owner, and it alerts the business owners if they are good prospects based on the input it gets.
A little qualification ahead of time with AI. They're qualifying leads for us instead of humans. Again,
yep.
The same process over and over again, like you said earlier. Instead of having people do it, just have AI do it, and have the people do something else that's more productive. I like that. That's going to be exciting. You've thrown a lot of rainbow and stuff and love about AI. So let's get a little negative here. What is one of your failures in your year in business, and how you overcome it?
You mentioned at the beginning that getting rid of the engineering hat and putting on the salesperson hat and the marketing hat. That was a tough one to try, tough nut to crack, you know. Definitely knowing what to say in a sales call, how to talk about your business, your 30-second elevator pitch, when to follow up with a client, how to not be naggy, when to follow up. Those are a lot of things that I was struggling with at the beginning, especially in the sales calls, how to actually, how to drive them through how to drive them to the solution and how to actually onboard them. It's a process. You would think if someone told me, yes, I want your business, it would be easy for you to actually start and go ahead. No, there's an onboarding process that you should have. There should be systems that you have in place to set up all of that. So that was a struggle at the beginning for sure.
And how'd you overcome it?
Definitely a lot of failures, that's for sure. A lot of close calls or closed sales that we could have gotten, but we missed just because I wasn't paying attention to something. A lot of reading for sure. I would recommend Alex Hormozi for the listeners. $100 million offers, $100 million leads, and the guy just put it for free for everyone. So that's even better. Learning how to talk, learning how to those subtle things in your conversation, how you call the person by their name, how to all of those small stuff really goes a long way.
So you increase your personal development, it sounds like.
100%.
Yeah, and that's a great lesson, folks out there, because we can never not do enough personal development. I don't think anybody's said, or they've said it, but it's true, is I'm done with personal development. I don't need it anymore. Thank you. I move on. We're ever changing, ever growing. Last thing about owning your own business at such a young age. What would you tell? How old are you?
I'm 22.
22. So what would you tell a listener that's 20 to 30 that wants to start their own business? What's a piece of advice you'd give them?
I would say you put it in your own hands, put it in your own sweat. If you want to actually put your fate in your own hands, take the jump. It's going to be tough at the beginning, but it's worth it. The journey is beautiful, and when you're there, it's beautiful.
That's awesome. It was so well said. And I hope you guys, listeners that are thinking about starting a business, millennials, I think we're called, I don't know those names anymore, but the younger people than me starting a business, because it is fruitful.
Called Gen Z.
Gen Z. Thank you, Youssef. See, he's serving me by educating me. And that's why I wanted Youssef on the show. I'm glad you guys got to listen, because AI is so all over the place. You can see how it can really serve you. And you can see Youssef has a servant's heart. Youssef, I want to thank you for being on the show. It's been a pleasure.
Likewise, Steve. Thank you so much for having me.
You bet. Check out the next episode of how we're going to serve somebody's heart again.